Hey, that was dope. This might be my twin mom.
It's the day-to-day life. Wanna know what it's like?
Mom.
Just an average family with a few million likes. We're a husband, a wife, and a kid in the limelight. 24/7 just to F and get by. It's a house full of love. No, we can't let it fade. So let's add a podcast just to make it insane. It's that MOMager life. We take it day by day.
Mom.
What do you want? I'm trying to sing a f***ing theme song.
Yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome to MOMager, a Barton fan podcast where we take you behind the scenes of Hollywood family life. I'm Felicia.
I'm Malachi.
And I'm Lauren.
Yeah.
All right, I'm so excited to introduce you guys to our guest today.
Let's go.
Because
Woo-hoo.
we have my super close friend, Mr. MK, and his beautiful mom, Dee.
What's up? What's
Give it
up?
up.
What's
Yes.
up?
Okay, MK, you have been. we have laugh tracks.
I like it. I
No, it's
like
an
it.
applause track.
Applause
but yeah.
track. MK, you have been one of the most, I think, highly requested guests.
Really?
It's
Yes.
literally been our comments have just been flooded with like, where's
Yes.
MK? Where's MK? Where's MK? Where's
Shivers.
MK?
Yeah.
Shivers.
Shivers. I appreciate that.
But I'm excited for everybody to finally get to know MK. And I'm excited for them to also see MK as Vargas in Z4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
stoked?
I'm excited.
You
We're
stoked?
so excited.
I'm super excited. I'm keen.
I'm kidding.
Okay, I feel like we should have like a running
I'm
MK
kidding.
slangs
My
for
slang-
this
my slangs.
podcast.
We need to have
should-
an MK slang counter.
Yeah, that would be
It's like
actually
10,
really
10
hilarious.
plus.
I love it. Guys, all of the things that MK says, it's just, I mean, Dee, can you even keep up with his slang?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, each day is like a new word. Trying to keep up.
I love that.
Get amongst it.
What has it been like for you in the last year to see him like just take off?
It's been amazing, obviously. Very rewarding, I think, to see like his hard work and his dreams coming to fruition. But it's also, it just came like so unexpected in a way. Like it's always what you hope for them that they'll get the break.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing to watch him as well in the industry and grow and take on these new challenges. It's been really good.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
love that.
I feel like it'd be fun. A fun way to like, break the ice a little bit. Not for us, because I think the ice broke a long time ago for us. But just for our viewers and listeners to get to know you guys a little better.
Mhm.
So we have a couple of rapid fire questions. Dad, if you wanna
I'm
take it
ready.
away.
I'm
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
They're,
ready.
Are you sure
basic.
you're
They're
ready?
basic.
I'm
They're
ready.
easy. They're
Okay,
fun.
okay, okay.
They're
Say
fun for both
less.
of you guys. They're for both of you guys.
Say
Yeah.
less. Okay.
All right, MK. If you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Malachi Barton.
Shut up, MK.
Malachi Barton.
And why is that? And why
I
is
just
that?
want to feel like I would like love to immerse in the aura of Malachi
The
Barton.
aura
You
of
know what I mean?
Malachi Barton.
Wake up and my immediate thought is my BMW. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would
That's
just
your immediate thought too, though.
yours. You got a different vibe about it. You know what I mean? Like when I hear a car drive past, immediately know what kind of car and engine that is. That's a superpower.
Okay.
I'm
All
saying
right.
Malachi Barton would be mine.
Okay.
Wow, that's really funny.
Okay, Dee, what about you?
To be honest, I couldn't think of anyone because then I wouldn't have my life, my family. So I can't think of anyone
You're
who I'd rather
content.
swap
Yummy.
with.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
right.
Sweet spot.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay,
Dee-
next one.
Dee, what's the one thing you secretly cannot live without?
Ooh, good question.
Because obviously my husband,
Aw.
but that's not a secret.
Yeah.
So, gee.
That's cute though. Like you can't live without your
Yeah.
husband. That's
Yeah.
nice. Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew.
I don't.
We love
yeah.
him.
I don't
Andrew.
think I have any secrets that I'm keeping to myself that I need
Things
to
you
live
can't
on.
live
Dee's an
without.
open book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MK, anything you couldn't live without?
Ooh, anything I can live without? Probably my mom, dad.
Aw.
Yeah, family
Yeah,
guy.
fam, for
Family.
sure.
Yeah.
Family guy.
I feel that.
Family guy.
All right,
God,
MK.
God.
God.
Yeah.
100%.
Can't live
100%.
without God.
MK, what's the movie that you can watch over and over without ever getting tired of it?
Oh, what movie? Ooh, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Really?
Yeah.
You love that movie?
I love that movie. I don't know what about it. I didn't think I would when I first
Yeah.
watched it, but I love it. And I
You-
could watch it over and over again.
How many times have you seen it?
Over 7. I think over 7.
That's incredible.
I love it.
I'm not a movie rewatcher.
Really?
No, it like takes me years to rewatch a movie. Like I don't remember what movie was on TV randomly. I actually had TV on the other day and it was like some movie popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in forever. I could actually sit down and watch this movie, but because I don't know why.
That's
That's
fair.
why I don't rewatch movies.
No, that's
But
fair.
or
Yeah.
TV shows. Like, you know how some people rewatch The Office
Yeah.
or something
I
like
can't
that.
rewatch series. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like
Fair
You know
enough.
what's happening.
Yeah, because you see
Unless
it.
it's out
yeah.
of
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Matt Evan Klein.
You rewatch
Out of Vegas.
movies all the time though,
Yeah,
Malachi.
no, not really.
Yeah, you're a movie rewatcher.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, what's that movie for you, Malachi?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I can watch.
Ted.
Don't explode.
I think Ted. Honestly, Ted could be one of
Ted,
them.
that's a banger.
I think Ted could be one. It became me and your movie during New
New
Zealand.
Zealand, yep.
Yeah.
But I think
Good
that
movie.
I think Ted could be one of them.
Nice. All right, Dee, I've got one more for you. Thoughtful one. What's one adventure you would love to try but haven't done yet?
Probably air ballooning, hot air ballooning, or
Ooh.
skydiving even.
You would skydive.
I would, yeah.
I want to skydive
Wow.
so bad. I think
Fire.
we're
Yeah.
setting we're
You
setting
would
up shop when we
skydive.
turn 18.
Let's
That's
do it.
impressive.
When I
Yeah.
finish.
I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I'll do
No?
it 20.
No, I don't think I
No
could
parachute.
skydive. I don't know why. My dad always says,
you would get
"What?"
up there. She
No,
had
wait.
a panic attack on the top of a ski mountain. You know what would happen if she got in an airplane where
Yeah.
she had to
Like
jump out?
It's true.
U-turn.
No, my dad always says, "Why jump out of a perfectly good airplane?" It's like if it's
that
going
sounds so
down,
fun.
then let's jump. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
It'd have to be with someone who knew what they were doing.
yeah,
But,
100%. 100%. Wow, skydiving. Hot air balloon sounds magical.
Yeah.
That sounds
You know, there's
magical.
a Michelin star restaurant where the lady cooks the food on the fire of the hot air balloon.
That's neat.
That's sick.
I would
There's
do
like
that.
it's like this like lady and she's up there and she cooks the food on top of like the fire that is
What?
making the thing do it.
That is
She's like-
incredible.
I mean, I say I would do that, but also I have a hard time on Ferris wheels.
Yeah.
That's
She just has a hard
understandable.
time doing anything fun.
No, that's not true. It's just I'm not even afraid of heights. I don't know why I can't.
the
I don't know.
mental block.
It's like I get up there and I'm like,
yeah, mental block.
yeah, like are we gonna fall?
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
I
Makes
yeah.
sense.
totally get that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
valid.
What about you, MK?
Ooh,
An adventure you'd love to try.
skydiving. Skydiving 100%. I really want to. I want to swim. I want to do shark cage.
Whoa, swimming with
Same
sharks.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Oh my gosh, you
Right
guys
after
should
this,
totally
we'll
do
do it
that.
together.
Right after this,
Yeah,
we'll
I
do
got you.
Just
I got
head
you.
to the ocean
Yeah,
let me
and go
search it up.
shark
Yeah,
diving.
book
I want to
the
hear from
appointment.
our viewers in the comments. Would you skydive or not? And would you go diving with sharks or not?
Yeah, that's.
100%.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think I would actually do the shark thing.
Yeah.
I do
That'd be
all of the
sick.
above.
Yeah. You wouldn't do the shark
Such a
thing.
fear.
Well, I found your
No.
skydiving partner.
Yeah. That's
now.
right.
I would do free climbing.
That's something you want to do?
Like free climbing. Like you know like bouldering? Like
Yeah.
like bouldering. I
Yeah.
would love to like free climb on like
Fair
side of
enough.
like a freaking massive mountain.
I mean, you got to practice for
I
that.
know, obviously.
But you also tried. We have a rock climbing gym across the
Right
street
across
from
the
our
street.
house.
I bought a membership, went hard for it for like 2
Wait,
weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, that's what I was. You went hard for 2 weeks. He was like, "Mom, I need the powder. I need
Yeah.
the shoes. I need the this,
And
the
you know what-
gloves."
And you wanna know what I
Do
did?
you know where they are? Still sitting in my garage.
got
They've
the
been used
kit.
once.
Bro, you wanna know what I did? I got the shoes that were way too small for you because that's what it's supposed to be. Your feet are supposed to be curved.
And he was so uncomfortable.
But I freaking did it.
No, you didn't do it.
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
That's Malachi though, all in, right?
Back
Yeah,
I
to
go
the
all
all
in.
garage
in.
it
I go all
goes.
in. 100%.
I do that. That's fair
2
enough.
weeks.
For
But-
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
2 weeks well worth it.
Well, okay, so MOMager is, we're a family podcast, and obviously we talk a lot about TV and film and things like that. But really, also what we talk a lot about is family. And because there's so much power in family and the support, like we were talking about right before we started too, just you this year, like doing things like being on a podcast, things you never thought you would do.
Come on.
To support your your kids, not just the power of family, but the fact that it really does take a village to raise a family,
Mhm.
and so we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to introduce. We love your family so much, obviously, and connected with you guys so much in New Zealand. So we're so excited to introduce our listeners and our viewers to you guys and to your family. So tell us a little bit about your siblings, your husband, all of it.
Okay. If viewers don't already know, I am adopted. I was adopted and I was born in Ethiopia, Africa. And we moved here not here. Australia. We moved to Australia 2014. So like 10 years ago now. So,
Yeah.
and it's been amazing. And I could not imagine my life without being adopted. I have older siblings. Majority of them have moved out. I have
Yeah.
a twin sister.
B.
B.
Shout out B.
Shout out B.
Wait,
Shout out B.
I got a picture. This is
How
actually from
cute.
New Zealand.
Yo,
Oh my gosh.
This is when
yeah,
B visited.
Wow.
Hey, shout out Amanda, our
Shout
good
out
old
Amanda
teacher.
There's Amanda,
our
the
teacher in the
teacher.
middle.
Yeah, that's,
Andrew.
That's the fam. Yeah.
That's the
Andrew's
squad.
your husband, your dad.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in the
Everyone-
elevator. That's Freya's family.
I think that was
and
like
your
the
family.
first week or the first day, wasn't it? That they got
I think
there.
that was, because everyone pulled up.
probably.
And then we were all there and we're like,
Wow.
were we going to dinner maybe?
Yo, we were going to
Yeah.
we were going to Darling on Drake right on
What
the
a
other
moment.
side.
Yeah.
That's everyone. Yeah. So that's
Because I
that's
remember
that.
that was the night that Mike told that story. Remember when he told
the
us a story?
Porsche?
Huh? He told us some story on that. It's off of Darling and Drake, and we were all dying laughing.
Hilarious,
It was-
man.
But
So
anyways,
2014 is when you moved to Australia.
Correct.
How old were you then?
I was like 9?
Mm.
9? I think I was the age of 9. Yeah.
no, wait, no, you would have been
8.
7.
7, 8.
8.
'Cause
Oh,
10
I
years ago.
wasn't
Oh,
the double
yeah,
digits
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Not the
That's
double
right.
digits. Yeah. But it was a
Yeah.
big change.
Yeah.
Very big change. Yeah. And then I started school in grade 2.
Yeah.
So it was a very big change. And yeah, whole different lifestyle
Right.
over there to here.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mm.
Over there to over there.
Yeah. Over there to over there. Yeah. Here, there, everywhere.
So that's how old they were when you adopted them.
They were babies.
When you adopted,
Yeah. Brahani and Mekonnen were 7 months old when they came to live with us,
Yeah.
a year when we adopted them. But we also had 2 biological children when we went to Ethiopia.
And you were living in Ethiopia.
That's right. We
Yeah.
lived there for 7.5 years, Andrew did, and I lived there for 8 years. So, and while we were there, we also adopted our 2 older daughters as well.
yeah.
Amazing.
I remember sitting and talking with you in New Zealand and you were opening up about this story. And I'm like, you lived in Ethiopia, you did this, you did that. And I just felt like, wow, you are a super mom.
Mm.
Like you're an incredible woman. You love your children so well. I have chills even just thinking about it. Cause like you're just consistent. Like I feel like the amount of time I've spent with you, you're always just consistent. Like I've never seen you, because I can get a little like, to have had the journey that you've had. It's just, you're a very impressive woman. Dee.
Consistent. Also, I would say humble.
Yes.
And there's a piece about you that I experienced when we were in New Zealand that was
Yeah.
like almost, there's people who like to brag about all the things that they've done and they're pretty
Mhm.
quick to lead with that. I
Yeah.
think you were the opposite for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
It was like, who is this person? She's very quiet. She
Peel
just
back the
is happy
layers
to
and
be
you're
in the
like,
background.
more
She's
and more.
super supportive of MK
Yeah.
and of anyone else and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dialed in and present. And then all of a sudden it's like your story starts to come out. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, all
Yeah.
these incredible things that you've been a part of and service in your life.
Yeah.
That's been amazing. I don't know if
Thank
you want to
you.
brag on her a little bit because she's
No,
probably
yeah,
not
you
going
don't
she's
give
probably
it-
not
I'll
going
say
to
you
brag on
don't-
herself.
You don't give yourself enough credit though. I will say that though. Like the things you've accomplished and like in your life is just, it's incredible. And not a lot of people can say that they've done what
Mm.
you and dad have done. And it's very inspiring. You guys are like my biggest inspiration. So
Oh.
I would say, yeah, it's incredible.
Thank you, guys. We hear people say you're so wonderful, you're awesome for the things you've done. But honestly, I feel like it was a God-given dream and desire to do the things that we did. So
Mhm.
I feel incredibly blessed that I was able to fulfill those dreams, to see the things I have, to experience, to be able to help the people we have. Like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
the blessed one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone speaks for, that
Yeah.
statement speaks for itself and really shows your character and who you are. It's really, really beautiful. Having a twin
Mhm.
Yeah.
is wild.
Yeah.
Do you guys like think the same sometimes? Do you feel like you can read each other's minds on some level?
Yes and no,
Twin
I would
telepathy.
say. Yeah, I would say yes
Telepathy.
and no. I'd say we're very similar, but also very different
Yeah.
in like our own way. I'm a quite, as you know, an extroverted person.
Yeah.
And
She's a little more
yeah,
quiet.
she's a little bit more quiet.
MK, you're extroverted?
Yeah, you knew, right?
I
Are you
had no
kidding?
idea.
Are you kidding?
I know. I
yeah,
never
you
would
have
have
to get to the
thought.
credits to tell her. It's crazy.
The two of you guys are like fireworks. It was
The
instant.
two of
It
them.
was.
That's
That's
what
what I'm
Malachi
saying.
and
Yeah,
MK.
Malachi
did well.
MK.
Disney did well.
Yeah. It was like
100%.
M
They did.
squared.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
M squared. I love
It
M
it.
was
squared.
crazy.
That's actually funny. M squared.
That's actually
You guys should
that's
drop
dope.
a. You guys should drop a T-shirt that says M
Like a
squared or
track.
something.
Track it, yeah. But no, it's very, we're very similar but very different people. She's the kind of person I would say that once you get to know her and she lets you in,
Yeah.
she's much more like, extroverted in that
Yeah.
way. But it's awesome and super close with her. I love her and she is super supportive of what I do and
Mhm,
likewise with her. And no, she's amazing and she's great.
What do
Tell
you
us-
find
oh,
are
sorry.
the differences between the two of them?
I think MK will often go in and do things scared. Like if he'll just go full on, sometimes doesn't necessarily think about the
Yeah, I don't either.
consequences. If he wants to do something,
Yeah.
he'll
Too
do
late.
it. Whereas Brahani probably is more apprehensive. She wants to make
Yeah.
sure she's prepared and she comes across right. And so she's a little bit more pre-thoughtful.
Yeah.
A bit more mature than me is what she's
Yeah,
trying to say. Yeah.
It was like the nice
It's a nice version of
That was a
saying
nice-
it.
Okay, well, I am just going to go ahead and jump into this because we actually have a little
a
surprise
little
for
something.
you.
A little surprise.
So you can check out the screen right here.
Oh, what is this?
B sent a little message for the two of you guys. So here it is.
Mom and MK, I just wanted to come on and say how super proud I am of both of you. You guys are just doing so amazing in this world. Mom, I just can't believe you're going on this amazing adventure with MK, and I'm so proud to call you my mom. I miss you so much, and I love you so much. MK, I cannot even describe how incredibly proud I am of you. You have done so wonderful in this world, and you have done amazing achievements, and I'm just so proud to call you my big bro, and I'm so proud of you, and you're going to do amazing things in this world. I love you, I miss you, and I'm so proud of you. Anyway, goodbye, love you.
She is so sweet.
She is adorable.
So
Thank you. That was the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh my
bless.
gosh. She was like so all about it too.
Yes.
Yes. We're just
I hit her up and I was like, yo, send a video for MK. And she was like,
That-
oh my God, of course.
yes.
She's always been such an encourager,
Really.
and especially of MK on his journey, but even all the other kids and
Yeah.
everybody, just so supportive of everybody's dreams. Like sometimes I say to her, you'd be a great life coach, because she just is always rallying behind everyone. So,
Wow.
And what's
yeah.
her passion? What's she into right now?
She loves the arts as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's interested in doing photography. So we've got a professional photography friend who's helping her.
Amazing.
But she's going to go to TAFE, which I guess is college,
Yeah.
Friends College here, to do some photography. But she's also really keen on acting as
Yeah.
well. So she does
Yeah, Keen.
Yeah.
singing and acting classes
Yeah.
and stuff. So.
She's done some modeling.
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff
modeling's
too,
a big
right?
part
She
of her
loves
life.
modeling,
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys both dance growing up too?
No. I wouldn't.
The
I wouldn't
dancing
say
side
so.
was your side.
Yeah,
mostly.
she
Okay.
did like a few classes here and there,
Okay.
but yeah, it was more my thing. We did modeling together.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's how we kind of started.
Yeah.
Was together. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And how
Yeah.
many kids total do you have?
6 officially.
6 kids. Come
Did you guys
on.
hear that?
the dinner table.
Let's
the
go.
Dinner
6.
table. Yeah.
Do you get everybody
Superhero.
together?
Yeah, we do once
Yeah.
a week.
You
yeah.
do once a week?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
right.
We have like
Wow.
Sunday, like was it Sunday
Sunday-
family night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone gets
Dang.
together.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
occasionally, sometimes a couple of our older girls, they'll make it every second week or every
Yeah.
month or something.
But
like
everyone
that.
lives
yes.
nearby.
Yeah, within an hour. So,
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
everyone always
That's
comes over.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's really special to still have a family dinner,
Yeah.
especially when you have 6 kids. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's a gift.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Especially the older everyone gets, because you two are the youngest,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
So the older everybody gets and goes on and does their thing, it's like
Yeah.
you're holding on to those little
Yeah.
special. With
absolutely.
one, I'm like, can we have dinner?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Can
And
we
I-
have dinner?
Was
Don't
out and
know how
about.
often I can.
Yeah.
Always out and about.
Lauren
Can we
will-
talk? Can we
Always
talk
getting
about Andrew for a second? I want you to tell
Absolutely.
us more about your dad. But I have this amazing moment because Andrew's part of a very
Oh,
exclusive
no.
club called the Disney,
Disney
Dads.
dads.
So this is
Disney
Dan's in New York. I'm in LA. That's Mike,
was
in
in
London.
London.
And then there's Andrew on the Gold Coast.
Love
And
it.
this was a kind of an amazing moment because he had just won this poker hand.
So he has a big cheeky little
Tara.
smile.
She had a giant smile on his face.
Ah, look at that. He's very
But
pleased
yeah,
with
that's-
himself.
That's Andrew.
Yeah,
Such a good dude.
they're all in a Disney Dads group
That
chat,
is
which we talked about
hilarious.
before in the pod. But like, it's so funny to me because we had a really special time with the dads getting to know each other, also,
Mhm.
which doesn't always happen on
Yeah.
sets and
No.
stuff. So
Yeah.
it was really special for him to be able to come
Yeah, there's
out
more
and-
momagers out there than dadagers.
Yeah,
but
there
when
are.
we get a chance to
The
get
Z
together,
moms.
Yeah. Yeah, the Z moms and the Z dads.
Yep.
Mhm.
Anything else we need to know about Andrew?
He's just a legend. He's just a legend. I think with all of this, when it comes to work, he's always one step ahead. And I'm really grateful for that. If I like need help like flying somewhere and stuff, or with like tickets or like just
Yeah.
anything with that, the technical stuff, he's really really super helpful, and I'm trying to learn off him when it comes to that kind of stuff. So when I go to work by myself, I'll be able to do the more technical stuff.
Yeah.
So I just really onto it. And
That's
that's
amazing.
what I'm trying to learn from
That's
him.
amazing.
Yeah.
We definitely love your family. One thing we want to highlight here on MOMager is that family looks different, but no matter how it looks, it matters.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm just so thankful that you shared that story with us, the adoption journey, and that you're open to talk about that kind of stuff too, because that is the story for a lot of people, and to still know that it's your fam.
Yeah, thank you. My dad was adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about that much, but part of our story, a little part of it,
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So thank you so much for sharing all that with us. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So we've been getting into the deep stuff.
Yeah, we're getting
now I'm
deep.
gonna lighten it up.
There you go.
You got me.
We're obviously gonna talk about Z4, but not only that, you're also coming on tour.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
Which
So
is why you're here.
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
That's why we're here.
Right.
We're getting some recording done, yeah?
Yeah, we're in the stew, man. We're cooking.
Back in the stew.
Back in the stew, cooking
Back in
up
the stew,
storms.
cooking it up.
What are you most excited about? Because Dee's coming on tour too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes,
ma'am.
What are you most excited about, seeing on tour?
What are you most excited about in general on tour?
All of it. Just how new the experience is going to be. This is my first time coming to the States, and then being able to see all those cities on tour, I think is going to be one of my favorite things.
Yeah, because LA is not what the rest of the United States looks like.
I'm glad you covered that
You know
up.
what?
Glad
Let
you
me fix
covered
that
that
for
up.
Yeah, it's so different. In every state, every city is so unique. Culturally, geographically, everything it's such a, Sarah and I have had this conversation. She was early on, she was like, some people in the United States, they don't ever get a passport because you can go to cold weather, you can go to warm weather, you can go to the mountains, the ocean, you can, go to all of these different, you can go camping, go here, and you never have to leave the United States.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't get their passport, which I didn't actually realize. But for
Interesting,
them
yeah.
in the UK, she's like, we go from, London to Paris or Paris to this and that, all of those different places. So it's so different. I'm excited for you guys.
I'm excited.
Okay, well, you can literally you can pretty much ask anyone on the set of Z4, and they will literally each and every one of them will tell you the exact same thing, and that is that MK is the most loved person
Yes.
on that entire set.
This is very true.
Stop, man. You're
Everybody
blessed.
has-
No, it's 100% true.
No, it is. It really is. Everybody has our own experiences with MK.
Malachi, what's your favorite MK experience?
Oh my gosh.
Go down
MK
the list.
memories.
Truly, I think one of my favorite MK experiences. It's hard to pick, but I think one of the gist of them, those nights that we had in the gym,
Yeah.
doing the backflips and stuff. Which, Dad, do we have?
I sure do.
What?
You have a clip?
You can count
I
on me
think
for
we
this
might-
stuff, bro.
I think we-
Check it out.
Is that at the gym that you guys all worked out at? Like the one
Yeah,
at the
that was
gym?
at
worked out.
Les Mills.
But
Les
then look,
Mills.
then they
Les
reversed
Mills.
it.
Boom!
Hey.
That's fire.
What a handshake.
I know,
I know.
right?
Come on, it's legendary.
You guys should do that handshake on tour,
We should do
actually.
that handshake.
In the show.
In the
I'm
show.
down.
You
I'd
guys
be
should
down. We
have
do
a
it
moment.
right here. We had those moments in the room. I also have some more, moments of you, puking outside of some places.
He's getting
But other
there.
than that, those are my stories. In fact, we have a little surprise.
We have more surprises
Oh,
for you
no.
guys today.
Look, you're strapped in now.
Yeah,
And
strap in.
buckle up. Buckle
Here's the
up
thing.
because
Here's why. Because, sorry to interject. Here's why. Because when we were able to get you guys to come on the podcast, I just wanted us to love on y'all because you guys are so incredible. And so this has just been it's been so fun even just processing what we were going to talk about today and everything. So, okay, go ahead,
So
Malachi.
we got a couple
Appreciate
people
y'all.
together to explain to them their
Their
favorite.
favorite MK moment.
Man,
MK
y'all are
moments.
too sweet, man.
Here
I'm
we go.
gonna cry, man.
MK moments.
I think my favorite thing about MK or my favorite MK moment is just the repetitive usage of the term get amongst it, which I use all the time now. It's in my vocab. So love you, MK. And shouts out to the whole Barton family. Okay, peace, bye.
Okay, it's hard to pick just one MK story because there are many. But one that sticks out in my mind is this day we were all out for a park day, the entire Zombies forecast in New Zealand. And we were setting up for a picnic and some games, and I remember looking up and realizing that MK was nowhere to be seen. And we were just out in an open field, and I do not see him anywhere. And so I start yelling out, I'm like, MK, has anyone seen MK? And I hear, oh yeah, I'm over here. I turn around. This boy is, I kid you not, 20 feet up in the air, hanging from a branch.
In the tree.
In a tree. He found the tallest tree in the entire field and climbed it.
There he is.
Oh my God.
My heart dropped. I was terrified. But MK was not, and I remember politely asking him to come down, and he did. But I think that the story is like the total embodiment of who MK is. He's fearless. He's always down for a cheeky laugh. And
cheeky.
And we love MK.
Love each other.
Love ya.
Picking one MK moment is literally Mission Impossible. MK is the funniest person on earth. And any single moment we spent with him, we literally spent laughing till we can't breathe. And nothing beats MK's laugh. I mean, I remember he would wake up to like these videos in the Zombies group chat of him just like doing the funniest thing, and you just love like waking up to a good laugh and a good video. But I do remember there was this one time where we were like in the basement in the car park of our apartment, and we were just dancing till wee hours at night, and we were choreographing to a Chris Brown song, City of Dreams, and we just had the best time just vibing, good vibes. We were, as MK would say, getting amongst it.
Yes.
But it was just the best time, and I love MK.
Get
Love you, sway.
Bro, where do I start with MK? Oh my God. Every
Keep
moment
going,
is an amazing
guys.
moment. I feel like every time MK walks into a room or makes jokes, like everything he says is funny and he makes every room brighter. But I think I have the video, which I can send so you can show it. So our cast tents were split up into like the OGs, the 4 of us, and then the 5 kids. And Chandler, Kylie, Milo, and I are just chilling. It's really early in the morning. We're all exhausted, and MK just walks in and goes, "Good morning!" And we're like, "Whoa," because he always like comes us up in the morning, and then just sets his phone down and starts doing a TikTok dance. It's all about coffee, baby, and we're all like.
It was so good.
It was so early in the morning. Like he always just had the most energy. So yeah, we all love you so much, MK. You're literally the best.
Honestly, there are just so many good
love you, Maggie.
MK moments. He's so funny. He has so many catchphrases and just the most contagious laugh ever. But one that literally makes me laugh when I just think about it is one night we all went out roaming the streets of New Zealand and we went to an ice cream shop and MK had his own ice cream in one hand and then one for his mum. And I don't think the ice cream sat right on his stomach and he was sick in the middle of the road in New Zealand, but would not put down his mum's ice cream. I think it was literally a liquid. There might have been a bit of stick in it, maybe some bird poo. We spent like 30 minutes walking home from this ice cream shop and he made sure his mum got this ice cream. Thank the Lord she didn't eat it because who knows what was in there. But that was a really funny one. MK was just in a funny mood. We were all just dying laughing, and now we know MK can't eat ice cream.
Oh my days. That was amazing.
There we go.
I love everyone in that video. I love you guys. That was
Very sweet.
That was sweet.
Everybody's favorite
Thank you
MK
so
moments.
much.
I have actually a really funny MK moment right at the beginning of when we first got to New Zealand. And Dee, you were like not sure if you were going to stay or not.
Mhm.
You're like, he can do this by himself. So I'm going to come for a little while, get him like settled in, and then I'm going to leave. And that night we all went down to the dock down to the water to eat. And we're walking and like you just kind of took a step into the road and I was like, pulled you back.
Oh yeah.
And there was a bus that was like,
And
you almost got hit with the bus. And I literally, and the next thing I told Dee and she's like, yeah, I'm not leaving.
I almost got annihilated.
She's like, nope, I'm
The
good. I'll
buses
be here the
there are
rest of the
different.
day or the rest of
I
the trip.
remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
So good.
So funny.
Alicia Bond saved my life, y'all. I wouldn't be here without her. It was intense.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
MK, I got a question for you.
Shoot,
So
man.
the entertainment business lets you experience the world, obviously, as you have and we have too. Matter of fact, Malachi shot a movie in Queensland before we ever knew you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Dora? Yeah.
Dora and the Lost City of
That would
Gold.
have been fun
right?
if we knew you then.
Yeah.
That would have been so
I
cool.
saw that. I saw you.
So getting to experience different cultures, different countries, what would you say are the biggest differences now that you've been in LA for a few days?
A few weeks.
A few weeks at this point already.
Yeah,
Wow.
a few weeks, yeah.
What are the big differences that you guys are seeing between Australia and America?
Ooh, I would say just kind of like the vibe. You know what I mean?
It's
the
a
vibe.
Now everybody's gonna want to do that.
I love
from
that.
Dex.
I would just say kind of like the different kind of energy between Australia and America, and like how people approach not even just each other, but just kind of like situations and stuff
People
like
are
that.
a lot nicer in Australia.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
Oh no, people.
Yeah, we noticed that. You remember when we went over for the movie, bud? It was immediate.
no, people
It was
are
like,
so
oh,
much
people
nicer
are so
out in
warm.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just, when you walk down the street, you can just, hey mate, g'day mate, how you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's like, but here it's kind of like people are more keep to themselves.
They're in their own world.
In their own world, locked in,
yeah.
keep to themselves. I would say that.
On tour, I will say you'll experience some parts of the country in the South that will be much more like that.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
they're
More
friendly.
friendly.
Open and warm and friendly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry to cut you off, Dee.
That's okay. I was going to add that I think we also came at a really interesting time
100%.
with the fires. So I saw, I guess, a different perspective than MK because we would come down from our hotel in the mornings and sit and have breakfast and all the other people who were evacuees who had lost everything.
Wow.
And so I would sit there and listen to these stories and see these families console each other, meet each other for the first time, want to hear each other's stories, heartbreaking stories of things that they've lost and their homes after 30 years. And they were just so encouraging, asking each other if they needed anything, what support. And that was just really, really beautiful, heartbreaking, but beautiful to witness. And I've just seen, I guess, that side of LA come together in such a beautiful way. That was,
Which has been actually really beautiful for all of us that live here to see as well. I've never seen our city come together in over 11 years of living here the way that they have in the last this month in particular with the fires.
And you're right. It's been chaotic and difficult and painful, but it's also, we've seen so much love poured out, you know, and so much generosity. And it's been great to see that. Okay, so LA, yes, it's pretty fiercely individualistic and sometimes it can feel cold even. But to know that in a moment like this when we really need to pull together as a community that we've been able to do that. And, you know, we've got a long road of rebuilding ahead of us. So we need to continue to serve each other and find out what each other needs and step up to the plate. So
And we actually, just as a sidebar too, we still have a link in our bio for a place to donate if you're interested in still donating, because this is, like Lauren's saying, it's a long rebuilding process for our city and for these homes. So we do have a link in our bios on our social media, and we'll put it in this description also
through
for this
Vintage
episode.
Church, our church, they're
through
doing
our
an
church.
incredible job of meeting needs on the ground.
So far, they've already donated over $100,000 to families and schools and businesses and stuff
and that's been money coming in from all over the world.
The country.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, so it is a unique time for you guys to be here for sure. Okay, so when did you realize that MK was going to have like the entertainment bug?
Honestly, as soon as he learned to walk and sing, both he and Brahani were our entertainment. Like we would turn off the TV and watch them at a nighttime. They would perform concerts since they were like 2 and 3 years old. So we just always knew that he loved it. There was one particular time, I think he was in grade 6. I don't know what that's equivalent to here, but he was probably about 10 or something like that. I don't know. No, maybe a bit older. I'm not sure, but his school were doing an end of year production and they were doing The Greatest Showman.
Oh, amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing.
We need to find a video of this.
Amazing. Look at my Facebook.
You're going to have to give us a video so we can throw it up.
Oh my goodness me.
But somehow he managed to get himself the part of The Greatest Showman.
Yes, MK.
And so while everybody else was in a uniform, he had organized this amazing outfit with a top hat and everything. And so he was the only one in costume. And he was out there performing his little heart out, going down the aisle. And, you know, it was all very much initiated by him, that he just saw this vision and wanted to make it happen.
It's so funny.
And we just kind of knew, yep, there was no turning back.
So when did you start dancing?
About, how many years ago? 5 years ago?
Okay.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Oh. Yeah.
You were performing as a kid.
Yeah,
before that.
but didn't have like any really like
Yeah.
technical or dance
Yeah.
experience at all.
So you've been entertaining and, you know, creative and in the arts, but like as far as acting, this is kind of a new thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've done acting and, you know, like some like little parts here and there and like extra work. And I was like a like performer on this like cabaret show, but nothing of this scale.
As far as Disney's.
No.
Yeah, zombies.
Not at all. It was a
Yeah.
big wake-up call.
Yeah.
In a good way.
If you could look back at yourself like a year ago, what's because you've had quite a year. You guys have all had quite a year.
Yeah.
And it's really just beginning because the movie hasn't even come out yet, right?
No.
So like what's gonna happen within the next, you know, little while is crazy. But if you could look back and give yourself a piece of advice, you know, in the last year, what would it be?
I would say just to trust the process, trust the Lord, and have faith. And because I won't see the vision then and there, but God will show me it later down the track. So I would say that to my younger self.
Yeah.
So,
what's been one of the hardest things in the last year?
I think it would just be adjusting to this whole new world and this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because you guys have been doing this for quite a while now, and we're just kind of stepping into this world and just kind of experiencing. I didn't realize how big of a scale it all was and how fast paced everything is.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute you're just chilling at home, the next you have to fly to a different country. You know what I mean? It's just
crazy.
It's intense and just taking it all in as it comes, I would say.
Yeah. One day at a time. What about you, Dee? Any advice you would give yourself, even looking back in the last year?
I feel like our family has learnt over the years with the different things we've done to be quite flexible. So I think that we've had to lean into that more this year. And, you know, something Andrew and I often look at, like when we look at what does this year look like, we just say it'll work out, you know, and it is that simple trust and faith that, you know, we are meant to be on this journey and it'll work out. So just to breathe and trust the process as well.
Yeah.
I agree.
100%.
This reminds me so much of that article you showed me this week, babe, about perseverance.
Yeah.
What does it take to develop perseverance? Because I think that's something that we'd all like to have more of, but it's not necessarily something that is innate. But it is something that can be developed, and that's
the craziest thing. When we were looking at this article, I'd never really thought about that, but like perseverance is not just something you're born with.
Yeah, it's not a personality trait.
Maybe the personality you have is more driven or more, and so it's easier for you to develop that kind of thing. But it's like it takes practice to like learn to persevere. Which is I never really thought about that until then. But go ahead, Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah, no. In this article, it's called "The Power of Perseverance: Insights from Neuroscience and Psychological Research," and the thesis statement of this article is that it aims to bridge the gap between scientific theory and everyday practice, providing a comprehensive exploration of the neuroscience and psychology of perseverance, backed by the research and the empirical evidence. So it's lots of sciencey words, but it's kind of fascinating to go, okay, so we actually have a part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex. Sorry, Malachi. I
hate that word.
Lauren's studying psychology, you know, and so he always tells Malachi, he's like, bro, your prefrontal cortex isn't developed yet.
It's like, dude, like just let me do this. And he's like, no, your prefrontal cortex isn't developed enough. Prefrontal cortex is more developed than your prefrontal cortex.
So I'm not bringing it up this time to knock on you at all. Here's what happens in the prefrontal cortex. This is where we make decisions. It's like risk and reward. You know? And I think what I'm hearing in our conversation is like, hey, life is full of hard things, you know, that we do sometimes. And maybe it would seem like, well, it would be easier to avoid the hard things. You know, what the science is showing is that when we engage that part of our brain to make the choice to do the thing that's difficult, that we actually grow as a result of it. And then chemically, what's kind of cool is that our neurotransmitters release serotonin,
Right.
which is like the feel good.
Right. The feel good stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's this process that actually, if we're willing to think it through and go, I want to embrace this difficult thing, do it, learn from it, and then we actually get a reward. And so we kind of build a pattern and a habit of motivating ourselves.
Yeah.
What were some of those things in that article that, because like it, and this is, I think, good, not just for people in entertainment, but like for anybody, I think it's good for life.
First one is setting achievable goals.
Yeah.
My buddy Lee calls this getting base hits. It's easy to think about the home run that we feel the expectation on us that we have to hit, the big
little goals.
But if you can break that down and go, right now I'm going to get this base hit and then get the next base hit,
Absolutely.
do the next thing.
Absolutely.
The second one is developing a growth mindset.
Yeah.
I love that because it's like everything you do, it's like, you're going to grow from these experiences
Even the
this
bad
year
ones.
and the bad ones. Yeah. The bad experiences, the good experiences, you take it and you go, I'm going to grow from this. And that's helping you to develop perseverance.
It was so interesting in this article, this psychologist, she's an educational psychologist named Carol Dweck. And she said she found through her studies that those who believe that their abilities can be developed, and they call that in psychology a growth mindset, have a much greater likelihood of success than those who have a fixed mindset or who believe that their abilities are fixed.
Interesting.
I've learned all I can learn. I'm good at things I'm good at.
Yeah.
These other things that I'm not good at. And that's kind of all there is to me.
No way. You can still grow. I love that.
That's great.
And I think this involves like us reframing how we look at the hard things that we face.
Absolutely.
And rather than seeing them as an inconvenience, we can see it as an opportunity for growth.
The other two, the building resilience, which is like Malachi, like when you're playing guitar, you like build the calluses up on your fingers and then it doesn't hurt after a while. It's like the more you have an experience where you might fail or it hurts or something, you're building up that resilience over and over. And then also adopting the attitude of acceptance, which is like, just like I'm accepting that this is, I actually love this podcast, Mel Robbins. Have you heard of Mel Robbins? She has a great podcast and she's on a motivational speaker and she has this theory called the let them theory.
Oh, yes.
It's great.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's acceptance, right? And so bad things happen. Learn from it. What was that thing you said too, Lauren, that you heard when you were younger?
Oh, yeah. The other point was learning from failure. That was one of the other things that pointed out in this article.
When you're down.
Yeah, it made me think of this book I read in my 20s that was called Failing Forward by John Maxwell.
Yeah.
Great little short read. And in it, fundamentally, it's going, look, we're all humans, so we're all going to fall, at some point in time. And we're going to get up. We'll find a way to get back up. Yeah. But he's saying, take a moment while you're down there to look around.
Yeah.
And learn something from the experience.
I love that.
That's great.
What did I trip on something? What's going on down here? How do I feel while I'm in this space? Just before I necessarily rush on to the next thing. I think is that growth mindset. And you can almost, something that could be difficult or painful can actually produce something really good in you.
Yeah.
Which in this case, I think this whole article is talking about is perseverance.
Absolutely.
And that's making us stronger human beings, more capable of tackling whatever's next, right?
Snaps. Good job.
Boy, Dad.
I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wisdom corner over here.
Well, I'm curious, Dee or MK, what's an experience in your life looking back that you could say developed perseverance in you?
Ooh.
I think when Andrew and I moved to Ethiopia and our kids were only 5 and 6.5 at the time, and then being away from family and just like taking that step, we had sold everything.
Wow.
And just just trusting that that's what we needed to go do and not seeing the whole picture, but just going with knowing that that's what we needed to do and just really seeing by taking that step and being away from family. And we were only going to go for 1 or 2 years, but we ended up going for so much longer that it was that perseverance. I think just being away and like you were talking about perseverance before, and we were talking about, like MK was saying, one of the things that he struggles with is being away from family. But we're saying the more he does it, the easier it'll get. It'll build the resilience. Yeah. So knowing the reason why will help fuel you to be able to develop the resilience and the perseverance.
I agree.
I love that.
That's great. I would say a moment for me in my life where I feel like I had to build resilience, I think was when I first moved to Australia and just kind of have to adapt to the change of how different the lifestyle was. And I didn't pick up on things straight away as every other kid. I was a very, very shy kid in primary school. And so just having to learn and to adapt and kind of grow in myself as I kind of like experienced this whole different lifestyle. And I had to be resilient in that. And I had to really work at it. And I had to be like, okay, nothing's working right now. I may not have a lot of friends, or I had to grow. And so I think that was one when I had to feel like to be resilient. Just kind of the change and to understand that, so it was all going to be okay.
Yeah. And it made you who you are.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's the growth. That's the building of resilience. Like perseverance is that.
Absolutely.
That moment, taking those experiences when you're feeling down, like even for kids at home that are listening to this, or adults for that matter too. It's like you know, whether like your experience in primary school, it's, you know, not fitting in necessarily. That happens to people all over the world.
Absolutely.
And you're in an experience where those moments build perseverance in you and help you to grow.
Absolutely. Malachi, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this from an acting perspective, because part of this space is that you're constantly auditioning for different projects all the time. And we've said this before, over the years, there's been far more no's than there have been yeses. So how do you navigate that? What's that like?
Good question.
I mean, I think I said this in one of the other podcasts that we did. It was like not finding your self-worth in the no's or in the yeses, because I think even with like TikTok and social media these days, if you find your self-worth in your views, then the second your views drop or the second you start getting told no, then your mood changes and you can get depressed, or you can feel like you're not worth anything. And then it's like, as long as you can keep your work and your personal life separated,
so good.
Then you're honestly, that's like the perfect balance, because you're fine. You're just like, I go in and I'm just like, you know what? I know in my heart that the worst thing that happens if I get a no is I have to go back home to my family, and I get to just go hang out, go chill, live my normal life. Go, for example, when I was younger, I played baseball. Worst thing I have to do, go to baseball practice, hang out with my guys. That's all it is. And so when you get to a point where the worst thing that happens is that you can go back to your family, and the worst thing that happens is you just like maybe take a little bit of a break and you're still surrounded by good, healthy people, 100%. Then I mean, I feel like I can live a very peaceful life knowing that that's the worst that can happen.
That's great. So has it gotten easier in thinking in terms of perseverance and in terms of resilience? Has it gotten easier or harder? The more no's that you've endured, the more times you've kind of walked through that process?
I mean, I think it's hard. I think that over time, for sure, it's like you start to learn how to handle it better. But I also think that the older I've gotten, the more reliant I have been on the new jobs and all that type of stuff, just with like the idea of possibly moving out or anything like that, being like, okay.
And that comes with the shift from young, from
of course,
being a kid to
the
being
money
an
matters
adult.
to you.
The money,
It's like you started, you
all
didn't
that
care
matters the
about
older
the money
you get.
that you were
You haven't
making.
had to pay bills. Now all of a sudden you got to think about bills.
Remember in the beginning, it was just you book a project, you went and shot something, and then we would take you to the store and you buy a toy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. But I think
so the stakes change. But I think you've developed that skill, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To put yourself back out there.
Yeah,
and
of course.
That
and
you
like,
can do it again.
Like I was saying, it's really, as you're getting older, you kind of covered it. It's just like I'm really understanding that, like, okay, maybe the yeses are a bigger deal, and I kind of need a yes to be able to do this thing with my life or anything like that. But like I said earlier, it is important to keep those separated, because if you do get to that point where it's like it's all you're thinking about and it's all you care about, it's a recipe for disaster. If your self-worth is centered around views and everything like that.
Totally. And we kind of skipped over a couple of things in that article that are helpful little tools, such as mindfulness exercises, and stress management, breathing, 100%. And things that you can do to regulate your emotions through that whole process. Those are practical things, 100%. Tools that we can learn and then put into practice when we need them.
Okay, well, before we wrap this up, I wanted to play a game. Because here's the thing. We love playing games here, but also one of the things that we talk about a lot is the hats that moms and dads wear as just like, I feel like parents oftentimes they're wearing the chauffeur hat, the chef hat. They have to drive us around,
hats.
cook. They have to handle our finances. They have to do all these things.
Yeah, man.
Before we start, I wanted to ask you, MK, what's your favorite hat that you've seen your mom wear?
The supportive mom hat. I would say 100%. Because in the midst of all the chaos, I would say the supportive mom hat.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can understand where I'm
100%.
coming from in here. Because when it comes to work, I can get like sometimes like they're giving you advice and stuff like that, but sometimes separating that from like mom to just like not boss, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I think that's
advisor.
Yeah, advisor.
Right.
So it's like, so I would say the supportive mom hat.
Okay.
What's go ahead.
What about you, Dee? What's your favorite hat that you've gotten to wear?
I think the one I enjoy most is when I get to watch him in his element. And that's normally like, yes, I'm not talking really about in front of the camera or anything like that, but when he's at home being himself, telling his family a funny story of what happened, and he has us all just rolling around laughing and just bringing so much joy, and you can see how much that feeds him, that he feels good about himself as well. And so that, I think, and also the encourager, because MK, I think he likes to hear that he's doing well and he wants to be on the right track and things. So I can see how when I am able to, when I do encourage him, say, hey, you're doing a great job, he's he grows with that and beams, and that's, we're seeing.
That's awesome. We talked about love languages recently on our podcast, and just when I'm hearing you say that, do you feel like your love language is like words of affirmation?
I would say definitely. It's definitely one of mine. It's definitely up there. So
what's your other top love
I would
language?
also say words of affirmation and quality time.
Quality time.
I love quality time. I could just sit and just yap with someone for hours. So
in honor of all the hats, we would like to play a game that we call the
Hat Game.
Hat Game. Okay? So it's basically just like truth or dare.
Lauren, will you pass the hats? Pass the hats over.
There's the truth
hat.
You hold that one.
And the dare hat.
This is the dare hat.
Okay, so basically, like Malachi said, this is just truth or dare. So you can pick truth or dare, no pressure.
Exactly.
I feel like we have some time. If you guys are okay, let's do like two of them.
Yeah, we can do two.
Okay.
Let's run it.
Who wants to go first?
Right?
Okay, which one do you want to do? Truth or dare?
You are so boring.
This is truth.
Is that truth?
This
I like
is
the
truth.
hat though. It's the
Okay.
hat that's
This is actually
persuading me.
Lauren's grandpa's hat.
It's fire.
Oh, it's Lauren's grandpa's, but
Yeah,
it's my
you're a
hat.
great
It's
grandpa.
fire.
All right,
didn't want to do a
we get
dare?
2 rounds, so I better see you do a dare.
I can do
Okay.
next time. Okay.
All right, go
Let's see
for
what
it.
says. Did you ever break up with someone before a holiday so you didn't have to buy them a gift, or wait until after the holiday so you could get the gift?
Interesting.
No, I didn't actually.
never?
No, never.
Okay.
Never.
Never.
Did you?
Would you
Would you do that?
MK?
Would I do that?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
I never.
Shivers.
I did, but not because I was doing that for that specific reason.
Yeah.
Just the issues happened to fall
Into
right
place.
before. But
But you were also a little gracious. You like waited.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that happened to me, and it was around like Valentine's Day, actually.
No!
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for the flowers.
Snagging ground.
I know.
Snagging ground.
all
Okay,
you
would
need.
you like to go truth or dare?
Oh my gosh.
You can do either.
Oh, look, I think we've run out of time.
Yeah, we're trying to get out of it. Not today.
Yes,
Not
Dee.
today.
It's
Oh
funny.
my gosh.
You gotta clip that.
I want to know what the dares are before I say dare.
Right, then
It's not. They're nothing
go
like.
for a truth
awful.
then.
Okay, I'll go for a truth.
Oh, safe option, eh?
I don't know if it's
And
safe.
This hat's coming your way for
Yeah,
second
I'm
round.
keen to see it.
What's the last message you sent to your best friend?
Ooh.
Oh, it's not that exciting. I mean, if it's Andrew, it would have been I love you. I'm unreachable for the next hour.
I'm on the MOMager podcast.
Yeah.
Call me later.
And
And
if
I
it was
love that
a,
Andrew's your best friend.
yeah, that's
Gold.
right. That's right.
Cool.
But if it was a friend back in Australia, it would have been let's catch up when I get back or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you and Andrew been together?
Oh my goodness. 26 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trying to get like
Nice.
that.
I love it. Okay. Round 2.
Yeah, hit me with it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, I got you.
Do a cheeky swapsies.
Oh, I'm excited now. I'm excited.
This better be interesting.
For the next 90 seconds, speak in a different accent. Which one?
Any different accent.
Okay.
Take a truth card.
Yes, I like this.
And you have to answer the truth card in a different accent.
In an accent? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. Come on now.
I love that you closed your eyes to do that.
Even though. If you had to delete one app from your phone, what would it be? I think the app that I would like to delete is probably Snapchat. Probably Snapchat.
What accent is this?
I don't even know. I'm making it on the spot, man. I don't think it's even in the world.
It's not even an accent.
Let's give it up.
Yeah, come on,
There's your applause. There's your applause.
Okay.
I
You
get
tried.
flamed in the chat,
you
yo.
tried.
You're like, what
That's
was
getting
that,
clipped.
man?
That's getting
What was
clipped. That's
that?
getting
Clipping that for sure.
Oh
What
my
is that?
God.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, Dee. Another
You got
truth.
one
or you
more,
got a
and then
dare?
you got
I
one more.
cannot go dare.
You
I
have
can't either. I have such a hard
You
time.
gotta do dare.
Listen, I did
You
a
gotta
dare
do dare.
one time on this show, and it was so overwhelming
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh.
It
She
was
got prank call somebody. She got prank called. Not even. She just
It
had
was
the prank
awful.
call. And you want to know what she did? You want to know what she did? What'd you say?
I don't even remember. I didn't like it. I'm like literally sweating just thinking
My
about
mom's
that.
not the best
that
prank
time.
caller.
Mine
Okay,
got
well,
so.
another truth or another dare,
Alright.
whatever you
Okay.
do. But if
So
you don't,
you
but if you don't do,
gotta
The truth
that's
in your
no,
lap.
the blue one's the
a
truth. The
dare.
blue one's the truth.
Blue truth.
Blue's truth.
Trust.
Truth is
That
not.
builds character. That one builds character. That's growth.
Perseverance.
That's perseverance and growth
You
right
want to try
there.
new things?
That's a growth hat.
What's your favorite movie that you secretly know is terrible?
Okay.
Okay, for the longest time, I have loved this really old movie called Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yes.
But really, it's about these men that kidnap these women. And it's really terrible.
It's a terrible
But I
story.
love it.
What?
It's a musical and it's old.
Yeah.
And
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
Yes.
Yo, what are you up to,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Goodness
they kidnap the
gracious
women.
me.
Yeah, for the winter. And they can't
the
get
winter?
Yes, and get them to try and fall in love with them.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So wait, they kidnap them in the winter. They fall in love with them.
And then want to marry them. And there's 7 brothers who kidnap
And-
7 sisters of another family.
What the heck?
What?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Are you sweet? Are you joking?
You have to watch it before you knock
What's
it.
the best part of that movie? What is so
Ending.
I think it's the musical. The music. The music and dance is just fun and lighthearted.
I honestly, I know that movie, but I don't know. Like, I don't know it.
Now, I haven't
but I know
probably
of it.
watched it for 10 years, but there was a time where Andrew and I would like
Rewatch
watch it
it.
once a year or
Oh,
something
they watch
like
it
that.
as a couple.
Yeah.
Netflix and
Anniversary
chill
night,
with God on
anniversary night.
kidnappers.
Anniversary night, you know what it would be.
Well, what a way to end off a podcast, am I
Yes,
right?
great
Like I
Dee
said-
likes watching kidnapping
Oh my
movies.
days.
Like I said, that I know that it's terrible.
Oh my
She knows it's
days.
bad.
It's hilarious.
Thank
But it's
you for
okay.
your honesty.
Yeah,
Deanne.
Thank you for your
appreciate it.
honesty.
Thank you for sharing, actually.
I appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for coming on MOMager.
I know.
No,
Seriously,
thank you
this
for
is.
having us.
See, I told you it was going to be chill. It's
It
just
was not.
casual living room
W's.
chat.
Thank you guys. And thank you for making it so special for MK with all of those friends affirming him and stuff.
Yeah.
That was just beautiful. So
Aw,
thank you.
We're so glad we could. And I can't wait for like this year, the rest of this year is going to be so epic with tour. We're going to have a lot of fun on tour.
It's gonna be dope.
We're going to have a lot of fun on
Yeah.
tour.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun getting active on tour.
Come on.
And
Come
with
on
the
now.
movie coming out, we're so stoked. We're so stoked that you're a part of the Disney fam and that you guys are also a part of the Barton fam, you know?
Barton
Love you
fam.
guys.
Yeah.
We're
Thank
super
you.
proud of
We
you,
love you
MK.
guys.
Thank you.
Super
Love you
proud,
guys.
man.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
thank you guys so much for, taking us behind the scenes of your Aussie/Hollywood film.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us.
That's
It's
fun.
sick.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it so much.
And thanks to our viewers and listeners. We want you to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, do all the things. We're so glad you're here.
Yeah. And we will see you next time on MOMager, a Barton fam podcast.
Peace.
It's that mom.
Hey!
Take it
That was
day by
dope.
day.
This might be my twin mom. Seriously.